Please help a starving artist out by supporting me on Coffee. Thank you. Wally stood before his home, biting his lower lip as harshly as he could without drawing blood. The eyes of home were fixated on him, almost mockingly. The living house was not letting him inside, almost like it was taunting him. "What did I do, old chap?" asked Wally, trying to hide his emotions from the creature. What he felt was a mix of anger and fear. The house couldn't really communicate. Sometimes its intelligence felt like nothing more but a mere pet, and other times it felt more intelligent than him. It was mocking him. Take him for a fool. The painter had realized that keeping the house happy was the best course of action, though the problem was the language barrier. Wally gulped, leaning against the door. What did he do wrong today? He did what he always did, his normal routine. Go outside, meet with the other neighbors, goof around, paint, take a nap in a hammock at the park. "Can you at least tell me what I did wrong, home?" he asked. The house's eyes blinked twice, uncaring. Wally stepped back a few feet, sitting down on his lawn chair. There had to be something he was missing. And then a thought came to him. One of the activities him and the others had done today was rolling, specifically rolling down a sandy hill. It had been a lot of fun. Howdy had even brought a grill with him. Oh, good food. Could it be that? Was he too dirty for home? Wally glanced at the house, which was seemingly asleep, very obviously only pretending. And Wally deadpanned. Sighing, the puppet checked his watch. An old pocket watch made from gold that he had gotten from his old grandpappy. 6:55 p.m. Just another hour. She would soon walk by. Wally blushed, looking into the direction of his neighbor, Amberlin Moonglow. You were a puppet like everyone else in the neighborhood of home. Your body was a beautiful paper white, your hair hip-long and cyan blue, and your tongue was as red as roses. Amberlin Moonglow was your name. You were an astrologist, spending many nights staring up at the sky, making records of your findings, and enjoying the cool air home had at night. You especially had interest in the moon, having the deep wish to go up there, just to experience its low gravity and space food. Okay, mostly the space food. But being able to jump super high and being weightless in space, that certainly was appealing to you. Thanks to your occupation, you woke up quite late, missing practically all the fun the other neighbors had on a daily basis. At least Howdy Pillar's store opened by the time you usually went home, so food wasn't an issue. You opened your cabinet and took out your clothes. A white dress with blue decorative stones worked into it. The light fabric felt nice on your body. And a long grey fur coat that you hung around your shoulders, making it look more like a super fuzzy cloak rather than a jacket. And a pointy white brim hat that had the solar system stitched onto its underside. You once caught Eddie Deer, the mailman, as he was delivering a letter to you. The jolly guy called you a witch in the most positive sense of the word. Well, maybe you did look like a witch, now that you thought about it. Your observatory with all your equipment was at the other end of town, so you had quite ways to walk. But that was okay. You left your house at exactly 8 p.m. before taking your right past Wally Darling's house. The painter was nice. When you moved in, he brought you a fruitcake filled with marzipan. Well, only a guess by him, you did really like marzipan. But as you walked past Wally's lawn, you noticed that the painter was sitting on a lawn chair, his eyes focused on you. Had he been waiting for you? For a moment you looked at Home, who winked at you. Wally just waved, before retreating his hand and staring at the ground. He looked upset. You were about to continue your walk, but then turned to him, tilting your head. "What's wrong?" you asked loud enough for Wally to hear. The man just stood up and, with a slouched walk, came over. Wally was dressed as per usual, blue suit and red tie, a welcome change from the constant garish rainbow colors of the other residents. This made him more appealing to you. He looked at Home, who now had one eye slightly opened as he was still pretending to be asleep. "I guess I locked myself out." "Oh dear," you answered, and Wally gulped. "I'm guessing there are no lockpicking services in town, huh?" He nodded sadly. "I just need a shower," he said, and you blinked. "Huh?" Wally inhaled sharply. So it's less embarrassing to ask someone to open it for me." "Oh, right." You suppressed a smile. "Could I shower at your place? I know it's sudden and awkward and... sorry," he asked cautiously. "You're the only one up and about at this hour." You blinked. "Sure, Wally." Excited, the painter opened the fence gate of his front yard. "Oh, thank you. Thank you." As Wally rushed past you, you turned to Home, giving the building a thumbs up. Wally might try to hide Home's nature from the other neighbors, but when you don't interact really with anyone on a daily basis, you notice things. Like the simple fact that Wally's house was in fact alive. The house's doorbell rang excitedly. Truthfully, it knew that ever since you had gotten that fruitcake, you had sort of been crushing on the painter. After all, you told the house-shaped creature about it. Looks like you just had the most strangest wingman on the planet. You opened the door to your house, allowing Wally entrance. "I have one bathroom on the second floor." Your home was decorated with a lot of blues and purples, star-shaped ornaments hanging from the ceiling. Wally ogled around with a smile. "You have a beautiful home. Kinda expected all of this," he said. You exhaled happily through your nose. "Oh, do I?" He ascended the stairs to the second floor. There were now 3 blue doors. One led into your bathroom, one into your bedroom, and the other was just a broom closet. It's the right one. Thanks." "You're very goal-oriented, are you?" He turned to look at you and you smiled. "What do you mean?" "Nothing, just a stupid comment." "Do you want me to make some tea?" No, it's fine. You don't have to bother," said Wally before entering your bathroom. Everything was still going according to plan. You followed him, pointing at your various shampoos. "This one is for when your hair is clean and only needs a lift up," you said as you slowly went through your grandiose collection. "This one is extra bubbly, when you need a little bit of comfort." Your finger stopped on top a pine tree-shaped shampoo bottle. And this one is mine. Quickly you yoinked it from Wally like it was a precious item. The shampoo was a special tree oil care shampoo you put on once per week to keep your hair shiny and healthy. It was expensive, so you were very protective over it. Meanwhile, Wally looked around. With how gloomy and blue the rest of your home looked, this was blindingly white in contrast. Expensive golden finishes on even more expensive looking marble sinks and bathtubs, and... Was that a golden bath towel? This really doesn't look like you, he said before blushing. He didn't want to say it out loud. Oh? You said almost sassily. And why do I look like Wally? The painter smiled. It's just the rest of your place looks so regal, almost gothic, and this... He took a step back. He had the perfect metaphor prepared for this. You're an astrologist, and your entire place looks like the night sky, correct? At least that's how it looks like to me. Now, this here, he spread out his arms. This here feels like the North Star, the brightest of the stars. Did you go for that? I'm sorry if I'm talking nonsense. You blinked. Sorry. It's just the painter in me. He apologized. No, you interrupted. That was beautiful. Dorky, but beautiful. You chuckled. You're romantic, aren't you? Smiling at him, you made him blush. Where did you get that from? Call it a hunch. Boldly leaning forward a bit to peck his cheek. Wally's heart jumped as you walked past him. Have fun, Wally, you said, giggling like a little girl. As you closed the door behind yourself, you sighed loudly. Your little heart was pounding as you finally allowed yourself to blush hard. Almost exhausted, you sighed. And moments later, the noise of your shower reached your ears. Your breath hitched as you took hold of the buttons and knots of your clothes, discarding them as quickly as you could. Meanwhile, Wally was enjoying the hot water cascading down his body. It was nice after such an amazing day to just finally be able to relax. The shampoo he had chosen from you was the super bubbly one, and it smelled like strawberry cotton candy. Ah, wonderful. He hummed pleased. Where did you get that? You should get it too. However, thanks to all those bubbles, Wally didn't notice the blue-tinted shadow approaching him from the door. The painter yelped when a pair of cool white hands snaked around his hips. Amberlin? You stood behind him, chin gently resting on his wet shoulder, your hands slowly exploring lower and lower. Hey, you whispered. What are you doing? Saving warm water? You mused. Wally's eyes widened. Your touches were gentle, almost ghostly even. It made him feel strange, but in a good way. Just let me do my thing. I'll promise what comes next, you'll enjoy. Hey, thank you for watching my video until the end. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and watch a few more. But before I say goodbye, I'd like to remind you to like the video and subscribe. That really helps the YouTube algorithm. That's all. Hope you have a good day. Until next time. Bye!